We imagine that it's a dream come true to play a superhero in a blockbuster movie. Looking cool as hell, being idolized by millions, working alongside superstars and the best production crews in the business, and so on and so forth. But we imagine it's probably quite a bit of hard work too. Conveying the powers and personalities of such powerful individuals can't be easy, unless of course the actors in question possess traits that are very similar to the characters they're playing. In the world of superhero movies, that's actually happened more often than you might think, which is probably why these actors were chosen to take on the roles in the first place, and that's what this video is all about. Here are 10 superhero actors who didn't need to fake it on screen. Jim Carrey as The Mask. 1994 was definitely Jim Carrey's year. He rose to megastardom with roles in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective, The Mask, and Dumb and Dumber. And one thing that all of his characters from those movies had in common is that they were batshit crazy. Given that that's not unlike the man himself, he really didn't need to fake it on screen. The Mask in particular was an extremely cartoonish character, and his traits and actions were all very animated and exaggerated, all of which comes extremely naturally to Carrey, who is known for his energetic slapstick performances. It was a character Carrey was born to play, and he did so with ease. Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Spider-Man has been portrayed on the big screen by both Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in previous movie franchises, but neither of them were better equipped to play the webbed wonder and his alter ego Peter Parker than British actor Tom Holland. Holland is the typical shy, awkward teenager, which means he's perfect for the Parker side of the Spidey persona, while he also possesses incredible acrobatic agility, as conveyed in a number of videos he's posted online, so he's perfect for the Spider-Man side of it too. He nailed the part in 2016's Captain America: Civil War, and we can't wait to see him in 2017's Spider-Man: Homecoming. Chris Pratt as Star-Lord. Chris Pratt is a naturally charismatic and massively funny man, so when he was asked to play Peter Quill, aka Star-Lord, in 2014's Guardians of the Galaxy, although some people were surprised, it was always going to be pretty easy for him. The personality of Pratt's Star-Lord was essentially just the same as that of Pratt in real life, so he portrayed the character brilliantly and fairly effortlessly, even if he was quite different to the version in the comic books. You have to give Pratt enormous credit for the shape he got himself into for the role, however. He went from chubby to muscular in very impressive fashion. But that aside, he really didn't need to change anything about his real-life self. Wesley Snipes as Blade. In 1998, Blade came out, providing the platform from which modern superhero movies have gone on to be massively successful, and it was in no small part thanks to its star, Wesley Snipes. Snipes embodied the vampire hunter perfectly, and was so successful in the role that he went on to star in 2 sequels, 2002's Blade 2 and 2004's Blade Trinity, and that was because Snipes had many similarities to his character. He looked like him, he had the badass attitude, and most importantly, he actually possessed the real-life martial arts skills to bring Blade to life in live action. None of that needed to be faked. Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. There's no doubting that Benedict Cumberbatch and Dr. Stephen Strange are two very different people. They're different nationalities for starters, and as far as we're aware, Cumberbatch doesn't have any actual mystical abilities. But there's one aspect of Strange's life that Cumberbatch really didn't need to act for in 2016's Doctor Strange movie. Like Doctor Strange, Cumberbatch spent a lot of time in the Himalayan region. In the actor's case, it was teaching English rather than learning magic, and it resulted in him getting in touch with spiritualism and mysticism. So when he was cast in the role of Strange, Cumberbatch said, "I'm very excited about that spiritual dimension. Obviously. It's something that's been a huge part of my life." Will Smith as Deadshot. Deadshot and his Suicide Squad pals were somewhat unique as the protagonists of their titular movie, because although they were the heroes of the movie, they were forced to be so because of the fact that they had initially been villains. What wasn't unique about Deadshot was the fact that he was pretty much the same as almost every character Will Smith has ever played. Smith tends to play himself in nearly every movie he's in. Bad Boys, Men in Black, Independence Day, Wild Wild West, I, Robot, I Am Legend, and Hitch, for example. And Deadshot was essentially just Will Smith with a gun. It wasn't really much of a stretch and really didn't require him to fake anything. Ron Perlman as Hellboy. The utterly awesome Ron Perlman has played Hellboy in 2 movies to date, 2004's Hellboy and 2008's Hellboy 2: The Golden Army, and he was simply brilliant in both of them. Talk of a 3rd movie continues to this day, and fans would go wild for it because of how good Perlman was in the role. It helped that Perlman basically is Hellboy. He's a likable, gruff individual with a sarcastic and witty sense of humor and a real attitude. That meant he didn't have to fake any aspect of the character's personality when he was in the role. The only inauthentic part of Perlman's Hellboy was his costume, which was obviously prosthetics and makeup, but which happened to look absolutely fantastic too. Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. No actor has ever embodied the superhero he's played quite like Ryan Reynolds in the role of Deadpool. In terms of their quick wit and general personalities, the two are one and the same. No, really, it's like they're actually the same person. Even back in 2009, when Reynolds played pre-Weapon 11 Wade Wilson in X-Men Origins Wolverine, he did it brilliantly before the movie butchered the character post-transformation. He has, of course, since played him in 2016's Deadpool movie, thanks largely to the fan reaction to his test footage. He will do so in future movies as well, and that's something fans are extremely excited about. He really plays the character effortlessly. Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man. When Robert Downey Jr. was cast as Iron Man, eyebrows around the world were raised in unison. The actor was returning from a time troubled with alcohol abuse, and casting him in the 2008 movie was undoubtedly a risk by Marvel Studios. But they clearly knew something everyone else didn't, as Downey Jr. totally nailed the role. It probably helps that he's much like Tony Stark in many ways. He's rich, he's charismatic, he's a ladies' man, and he's a real-life superhero to some children, as he regularly visits sick kids in hospitals whilst in his Tony Stark persona. He doesn't need much to fake the role. He has gone on to portray the character in 2 more Iron Man movies, 2 Avengers movies, and Captain America Civil War, and long may he continue. Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman. Gorgeous Israeli model and actress Gal Gadot took on the role of Wonder Woman for the first time in 2016's Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice. When she was cast, a lot of people questioned her suitability for the role, not least because, to the untrained eye, Gadot looks like something of a girly girl. Those people couldn't have been more wrong to question her. Gadot doesn't need to fake being a badass superhero because she really is totally badass. She served 2 years in the Israeli Defense Forces, meaning she has both weapons and combat training, just like the Amazonian powerhouse does. She will reprise her role in 2017's Wonder Woman solo movie, and we can't wait to see her in action again. Thanks for watching our video about superhero actors who didn't need to fake it on screen. Did you enjoy this video? Do you know of any other actors who are already quite similar to the superhero they played? Have your say in the comments section below, and be sure to subscribe to our channel for more great videos like this one.